Alright, Act 3, Scene 3. Alonso, Sebastian, Antonio, Gonzalo, Adrian, and Francisco. Can you go to Gonzalo's line? It's the second part. He is amazed, trod indeed through forthrights and meanders. They're just lost. Okay, the next half of Alonso's line. Even here, I'll put off my hope and keep it up until well letting go. Truth about Ferdinand's survival is concealed.
Is that for both lines or just?
Yeah, so the first one is lost. Gonzalo's one is lost. And Alonso's one, from even here, I will put off my hope, is truth about Ferdinand's survival is concealed. And that affects Alonso's perceptions and everything because he thinks his son's still dead. He's given up hope. So highlight Antonio and Sebastian's next lines, or just the part. So I just said, do not for one repulse, forego the purpose you've resolved to effect. And Sebastian, their next advantage will take it thoroughly. Antonio, let it be tonight, for now they are oppressed with travel. Okay, I've said Antonio continues to orchestrate his mutinous plans, opportunistic as Stefano and Trinculo are. Opportunistic as Stefano and Trinculo are. Okay, under Sebastian's line, solemn and strange music, just highlight that and write supernatural. Then highlight the next stage direction, enter Prospero, whole stage direction. And you're going to write, Prospero is concealed. Castaways discover the extent of the supernatural forces of the island. Prospero is concealed. Castaways discover the extent of the supernatural forces of the island. Okay, then highlight Sebastian and Alonso and Sebastian's lines up to unicorns. So give us, kind keepers, heavens, what were these? Sebastian says, a living drollery. Now I believe that there are unicorns. Don't have to go any further than that. You get the point. Verisimilitude challenges expectations and beliefs. Expectations and beliefs. Okay, 93. Gonzalo's line. So it's about halfway through his speech. Who though they are monstrous shape, yet note their manners are more gentle kind than of our human generation, you shall find many, almost any. And you can also highlight Prospero's aside. Honest Lord, thou hast said well, for some of you there present are worse than devils. So this is for the first one, this is for the Gonzalo's line. Do a bracket. Prospero's magic is a manifestation of aspects of his personality, and that can be positive or negative. So you can just do plus/minus. So like this storm reflected his vengeance and rage, shapes that he has created.
Was that for Prospero?
Yeah, that's Gonzalo's line. Yeah, that's for Gonzalo's line. For Prospero, when he says honest Lord, it highlights Prospero's lingering anger and vengeance. Okay, Sebastian's line. No matter since they have left their viands behind, for we have stomachs. He's opportunistic. So it's halfway down the page. He just seizes any opportunity that he comes across. Then you've got the next stage direction, thunder and lightning, enter aerial like a heartbeat, that whole one. Okay, verisimilitude, punishment, fear, confronting and provocative discovery. You three are men of sin, whom destiny that hath to instrument this lower world and what is in it. Just say fate has brought them here. Just for the first part of Ariel's line, the first 3 lines of Ariel. On page 94, I have made you mad, and even with such like valour men hang and drown their proper selves at the very top. Punishment is madness. Okay, then about a third of the way down, or maybe a quarter of the way down, but remember, for that's my business to you, that you three from Milan did supplant good Prospero, exposed unto the sea, which hath requited him and his innocent child, for which foul deed the powers delaying, not forgetting, have incensed the seas and shores, yea, all the creatures against your peace. There of thy son Alonso they have bereft, and do pronounce by me lingering perdition, worse than any death can be at once, shall step by step attend you in your ways, whose wraths do guard you from which in here, in this most desolate isle, else falls upon your heads, is nothing but heart sorrow and a clear life ensuing. Right, so basically you're highlighting it all. Alright, so do a little bracket around up from but remembered to creatures, rediscovery of what was forgotten, reminded through emotive language, the reason behind their situation. Okay, then there thy son Alonso up until a clear life ensuing. Just do a bracket around that. Discover their punishment and the need for deep, genuine repentance. Genuine repentance. Okay, Prospero, towards the end of his, or halfway towards the end of his speech. My high charms work, and these mine enemies are all knit up in their distractions. They are now in my power, and these fits I leave them. In these fits I leave them. Prospero has godlike control over the island and his enemies. Basically, you can highlight all of Alonso's speech, all of Alonso's section. So guys, I know we're highlighting like big chunks of information. When you use that as evidence, you're going to just have to either condense it or just select a specific line that you feel relates to that the best. Okay, we can't have chunks, big chunks like that for quotes in our essay. Okay, Alonso has come to the realization of his wrongs and their ramifications. And then Gonzalo, all three of them are desperate. Their great guilt, like poison given to work a great time after, now begins to bite the spirits. So remorse, rediscovery. Okay, now you're going to have to go back to page 90 and just summarize on the blank page below, just summarize the concepts of discovery. So I've just written fresh for that thing. Does that make sense? Just like maybe the first word, because it's not, I don't know why it's not on here, but maybe I've left a page out or something. 96. No, I don't know what's happened, but anyway, it's not there. So we're just going to paraphrase. Fresh and intense and meaningful. So,
Rediscovery of their wrongs.
Yeah, rediscovery of their treatment of Prospero. Rediscovery of their wrongs and punishment.
This forward just so I can write it above its own note.
Act 3, Scene 2. Varying ramifications.
Ariel's appearance and then also the rediscovery of the wrongs. Ariel's appearance would have had varying ramifications.
Yeah, so basically the use of magic. So the first time it's like this beautiful banquet, then it's Ariel as a harpy, a scary monster, and then we're finding out that why all this is happening is because of their wrongs. So yeah, so banquet, Ariel / harpy, discovery of wrongs or rediscovery of wrongs, and reason for shipwreck. How does Alonso react to finding out about why he's here and why Ferdinand's dead? I don't know, Alonso. So he says, "Oh, it's monstrous, monstrous. Methought the billows spoke and told me of it. The winds did sing to me, and the thunder, that deep and dreadful organ pipe, pronounced the name of Prosper. It did base my trespass. Therefore my son in the ooze is bedded, and I'll seek him deeper than ever plummet sounded, and with him there lie mudded." So he goes fearfully. He's upset. He's remorseful. Okay, so genuine remorse. But then Sebastian's like, "But one fiend at a time, I'll fight their legions over." And then Antonio says, "I'll be thy second." So how they approach what they've just heard.
With defensive.
Yeah, they're more defensive and aggressive. They're not accepting that they've done wrong. They're fighting it.
Yeah, they're almost saying like, well, there's a reason why we did it.
Yeah, they're like justifying it kind of thing. So, varying reactions to Ariel's news. First time or rediscovery? Well, it's a rediscovery of sins. Do you think it's a first time discovery of the magic of the island? Like, they don't know that the Tempest...
It's the discovery of the reason, the first time discovery of the reasons behind the shipwreck.
Yeah, and the magic. I think they haven't really experienced the magic, have they? Like, because Alonso and Sebastian made up that there was like a lion roaring sound, so that was fake. Ariel put them to sleep. They didn't really realise, they didn't really comprehend that. They didn't know that the Tempest was fake. So I think it's kind of the first time they've really seen the extent of the power of the island. Rediscovery of sins, first time, of magic, and reasons for shipwreck. Planned or accidental? Planned. Impact is far-reaching and transformative.
For everyone except Prospero and Ariel.
Yep.
Actually, even for Prospero to an extent.
Yeah, so everyone apart from Ariel. Do you think it's not transformative with Sebastian and Antonio? It might reach them, but it's not. They don't really change, do they? No. Everyone apart from Ariel, Sebastian. challenged or questioned over time. All
their actions.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're questioning now.
They're questioning their actions and everything. But then I think Sebastian and Alonso question it as well. They're kind of they're defensive against it. So yeah, challenged or questioned. Or the magic. He questions the magic. Magic, sins / actions. New worlds and values. Who's that for?
Everyone except Ariel.
Yeah.
And Sebastian.
So Alonso. We'll just say Alonso and Prospero for now, because Gonzalo. Alonso, Gonzalo, Prospero. And new understandings and renewed perceptions. Yeah, they do have a new understanding, don't they? Understanding of situation. Maybe verisimilitude distorts their perceptions.